Good afternoon, YouTube. Hardball Crazy Comeback video. Derek here with another installment of fun, inexpensive cards. I did a showcase of really cool cards that's really inexpensive a bit ago. I'm going to do another one. I think I'm going to start doing a few more of these and put them in each group of cards in a theme. So today's theme is background photos, or the landscape photos of the background. It's this theme of cards. I like collecting cards that has like the showcases the back of the landscape behind the players pose, a picture of the stadium itself, or maybe a feature of the stadium that's well known, or maybe part of the city behind it. It's landscape behind the city that's well known. I like collecting those. It's sort of like collecting the stadiums and the city to go along with my baseball players. So I'm collecting like a stadium or part of the city too, along with the players. So I got a group of those type of cards here. I much prefer the natural poses, the actual versus the um, players superimposed on top of a picture of the city or the stadium behind it. But I have a few of those. The last three is my most recent pickups. Those are showcased at the very end. First one is it's probably about $5-6 card. Probably one of the more expensive cards I'm going to show here. It's $85 box bottom of Doc Gooden, and it shows the background of Shea Stadium. And I'm showcasing this because it's a really cool card. This card's been featured in other photos of like modern day, like Stadium Club or whatnot. But also another reason I want to show this card too is box bottoms don't get enough love in the hobby and showcase enough times. I like box bottoms. They're a cool little niche in the hobby from the 80s. I think box bottoms are cool, and this is just a great card of Doc Gooden. Of course, you want to talk about background photos on players and superimpose. You probably, if you collected back the day in the 90s, you know about the 98 medal, where they took pictures and used background photos of the city. For example, the 98 score Randy Johnson's got the Space Needle behind it. And this Derek Jeter's got a close-up picture of Statue of Liberty behind it. This one I'm showcasing, this is not a cheap card anymore. You would think it is a cheap card. You may find it in the commons bins or somewhere, but if you're a collector, these things go for like 25, 30 bucks now, sadly, because of the tragedy that it was. The 98 medal David Cone has a picture of the Twin Towers behind it. So this is a rather expensive card, but if you don't want to fork out the money for this one, the Andy Pettitte one it also has the Twin Towers behind it, but it's a little further background. This is only a handful of dollars. It's kind of creeping up in value. But if you don't want to go that route, the 93 Leaf, of course, the back Leaf sets, the back side of the cards, the back photo's got the same type of theme. And the 93 Leaf, Eddie Murphy, has the Twin Towers behind it, and you can find this for pennies. Of course, the side 93 Leaf has the same type of thing, where this is a Barry Bonds. It's got the Golden Gate Bridge behind it. Like I said, not too huge fan of these types of photos, players with photos on the top. I like the more natural look. But it's a cool little card. If I want a card of the Golden Gate Bridge, I can get this Barry Bonds with it. Sort of a cool card of the city with my baseball cards. Next group of cards is the more natural photos with the part of the city behind it. So I go vintage first, 1967 Topps Vern Law, and it has a picture. This may be the only picture that has the Cathedral of Learning building behind it. You see the Vern Law with the Cathedral of Learning building right there. Big structure in Pittsburgh. Of course, modern day cards, Stadium Club is the go-to for photos like this. There's a Paul Goldschmidt with the Golden Arches, the back of St. Louis Archway, the background. I love this card. Here's Bo Bichette rookie card with the CN Tower in the back. There's a few Blue Jay cards like this, I think. This has crept up in value a little bit last few years, so it's probably a handful of dollars now, no longer really common. Is the Stadium Club Kershaw. It's got his classic wind-up with the trees in the background. I think I was told once they call it Three Sisters, I'm sorry. And very classic picture. If you watch enough Dodger games on TV over the decades, you recognize that stadium shot. And Kershaw with his iconic wind-up, starter's wind-up. Very cool card. Very inexpensive card. Cheaper Kershaw card is the following year's Stadium Club. I think this is 2020, where he's warming up in the outfield, and behind him, obviously this must be in St. Louis. Behind him, you get the Clydesdales horses. So I got a picture. I have a card of the Clydesdales to kind of go along with my baseball card collection. The last three are last three are my most recent pickups. I got these in the theme. These are more photo posed and superimposed, not natural photographs. 2003 studio, but it's kind of three cool photos of one Hall of Famer, one future Hall of Famer, one Hall of Fame stats. Roy Guy. 2003 studio is Derek Jeter card. Once again, he's with the Monument Park and the Yankee Stadium facade in the background. Really cool piece of Yankee Stadium behind Derek Jeter. I think it's really cool. Same set, Albert Pujols in front of the Stan Musial trophy. Very cool. And it's maybe my favorite of them all. Of course, the Wrigley Field, the marquee in front is very famous. About as famous as inside with the ivy wall in the outfield. Here's Sammy Sosa in front of the facade in Wrigley Field. The marquee, I'm sorry, the Wrigley Field. There you have it. There's some so cool, super cheap cards. Add to your collection if you enjoy, like I do, enjoy the background photos as part of your collection. Cool photos to add to your collection if you're interested. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.